afternoon. Welcome to DEprAveD. We're going to be talking about the dating game killer, Rodney Alcala. Now, in order to understand this guy, let's go back. Let's go back to the early life of Rodney Alcala. Before he was the dating game killer, he was born in San Antonio, Texas, the third of four children born to a Mexican-American couple, Raul Alcala Bucor and Ana Maria Gutierrez. In 1951, Alcala's father moved the family to Mexico and then abandoned them 3 years later. Decided to go out for some burritos and didn't come back to the little muchachos. Said, fuck this shit. Oh, God. Oh, I already see we have some abandonment shit going on here, and, why did he leave? Why did he leave? Who cares? It's not about him. 1954, when Alcala was aged 11, his mother moved him and his two sisters to suburban Los Angeles. Alcala was an academically gifted student who was reasonably popular among his peers. Was supported by his family. He attended various private schools during his youth before graduating from Montebello High School. He was on the yearbook planning committee and on the track and cross-country teams. So sounds like he's doing just fine. Mom take care of him, making sure he's okay. Him and his sisters. A male in a house full of women with a father that left him. Wonder what's going on in his mind. Maybe he's thinking to himself, God damn it. It's all these bitches' fault. My fucking father left. I mean, why else would he have left? These bitches drive me fucking crazy. God damn it. But I love them because they're all I know and they take care of me. That's what I'm thinking probably was going on. Now in 1961, at the age of 17, Alcala joined the United States Army to become a paratrooper and served as a clerk. During his service, he was noted by his commanding officer as being manipulative, vindictive, and insubordinate. Alcala was disciplined on several occasions for assaulting young women. Now let's see this, right? He's manipulative, vindictive, and insubordinate. I don't want to sound like a sexist asshole, but some old school men would say that's the way women these days act, which is a correlation to the fact that he was raised mostly by women, older sisters, mom, who probably doted on him constantly, which is why he had such a problem with authority. He was never wrong. Ever. What he wanted, he got. Mama made sure of that. Mama made sure. Now, Alcala was disciplined on several occasions for assaulting young women, as I said before. In 1964, after what was described as a nervous breakdown during which he went AWOL and hitchhiked from Fort Bragg, North Carolina to his mother's house in California, Alcala was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder and estimated to have an IQ of 135 by a military psychiatrist. He was subsequently discharged from the Army on medical grounds. Other diagnoses were later proposed by various psychiatric experts at his trials, including narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and malignant narcissism with psychopathy and sexual sadism comorbidities. After leaving the Army, Alcala graduated from the UCLA School of Fine Arts and later studied film under Roman Polanski at New York University. Oh man, Mr. Polanski, I'm sure we all know what he's known for doing. And here we have Mr. Alcala, raised by women, vindictive, manipulative, insubordinate, studying under this man. I wonder what he was going to learn, since he already seems to have a penchant for young girls. On September 25th, 1968, passing motorist named Donald Haynes called police after witnessing Alcala lure Tally Shapiro, aged 8, into his Hollywood apartment. Shapiro, who was residing at the Chateau Marmont with her family, was approached by Alcala on her way to school when he pulled up beside her in his car and asked if she needed a ride. Shapiro initially refused, but when she heard him say that he knew her parents, she got into his car. Alcala then took her to his apartment, where he told Shapiro he wanted to show her a picture. When the police arrived, Shapiro was found alive, having been raped and beaten with a steel bar. Alcala had fled. Shapiro was in a coma for 32 days and spent months in recovery. Oh boy, we've got a lot of stuff going on with this guy. He tried to beat an 8-year-old girl to death after raping her brutally, leaving her in a coma. This guy is fucking ridiculous. Now, this is obviously before he became the dating game killer. So how did he become the dating game killer? He was selected by the show because he was tall, handsome, and charming. They didn't do a background check. Why bother? They had no idea he had already murdered at least 2 women in Southern California, and that he had brutally raped and beat an 8-year-old girl. And here he is on the fucking show, talking about, hey, I'm an eligible bachelor, looking for an eligible bachelorette. How about we get it on? Now, he won a date with one of these chicks, and she was like, you know what, dude? Something about you just isn't feeling good. I'm not feeling you. I'm not dating you. I'm good. You're a creepy ass bastard. Of course, he's not too happy about that shit. But anyway, after the dating game show was over with, 1979, this guy gets arrested. Now, by that time, he had already killed at least 7 women, but there's thoughts that his body count might actually be as high as 130 or more. Now, he was a cruel killer. Cruel. He would toy with his victims, beat them, strangle them till they were unconscious, revive them, and do it all over again, raping them in the process. Could you imagine being strangled almost near death? Coming to, not seeing this guy anywhere, wondering maybe this was a nightmare, and then realizing it is a nightmare, except it's not one you're sleeping in. It's one that's about to choke you out again, and again, and again, then rape you, then choke you, then rape you, then choke you, then choke you, then rape you, then kill you, and then dispose of your body in whatever means he feels like garbage, like garbage. I can imagine that's probably how he was looking at these women as he was killing them. Like, you're beneath me. I'm smarter than you. I'm stronger than you. I can do as I please because my good old mommy says I can. Love my mom. Wonder what was going on between him and his mom. Or his sisters. In 1980, Alcala was sentenced to death for 12-year-old Robin Samso's murder. The judgment was reversed in 1984, though, and he was granted a new trial. He was sentenced to death again in 1986, only for that judgment to be turned over in 2003. However, Orange County prosecutors soon discovered Alcala's DNA matched evidence connected to 4 other women murdered between 1977 and 1979. Jill Barcombe, 18, Jill Parenteau, 21, Georgia Wickstead, 27, Charlotte Lamb, 32. In 2010, he was convicted 5 counts of first-degree murder, and he was sentenced to death yet again. Unfortunately, this asshole was allowed to rot until he died of undisclosed natural causes. Yeah, this one was a good one. We are definitely going to go back and talk about him at a different time. But for now, folks, I want to thank you for joining me for another episode of DEprAveD. Next week, we'll talk about some other sick, twisted, demented, serial-killing piece of fucking shit. Until then, watch yourselves. You never know who's lurking. You never know.